Women of Raleigh, it's Krista here. What I wanted to do is be able to talk you through the Brave analysis that we have from the data we took last night. We gave you a pre-survey before our 90-minute Brave Mindset session, and then we did a post survey that you filled out, and what we're doing is matching that data. It's really exciting, and then we've included this email. I wanted to make sure that you could hear from me how we read this as a company. Now, some pretty incredible things happened last night. One, the bravery score. On a scale of 1 to 10, how brave do you feel, right? That measure increased dramatically in the room, particularly for an adult group. Now, I want to say that you started with a score, together, the combined score for everybody, the average was 6.33 out of 10. That's actually lower than our average for adult female group. The average start is usually a 6.99, but you increased your bravery by 30%, and on average as a group ended with an 8.23. That blows past the ceiling of what we normally see adult women to go. The average high after a session is a 7.86. Now, what's crazy, because we told you that bravery and confidence are correlated, when I feel more brave, I also feel more confident. We use the lever of bravery to pull up your confidence too, and you guys left feeling more confident. You started confidence, exact same average score as bravery at a 6.33 out of 10. Also low for women, almost a full point lower. Average adult women would say they're 7.16 out of a 10, but you blew past the ceiling on this too, ended up combined average 8.14 out of 10 with an increase in confidence from the impact of that 90-minute session at a 28.6% increase. Those are incredible numbers. So amazing to see that impact made, and I am so grateful that you guys walk out of that room feeling more brave and more confident. Now, we did have an alarming measure that we took, which is we asked you the question, do you feel more confident than your peers, as confident than your peers, or less confident than your peers? And we had an alarming number. We usually see an average of 19% for adult women. 38% of you, 38% of you, almost 4 out of 10, 2 out of 5, would say that they feel less confident than their peers. And we know this has implications for your bravery and confidence scores. Those who feel less confident than their peers also feel less brave and less confident internally in themselves. Now, 38% of the people who said they feel less confident than their peers also said they took brave action in the month prior. But here's the big whammy. 100% of the women who would classify themselves as confident or more confident than their peers took brave action in the month prior. So it's one thing to feel more brave in yourself and more confident in yourself, and then a different thing when we talk about comparison confidence, how confident I feel compared to my peers. And this is the measure that we're struggling with here in Raleigh. And the implications, again, are that when you feel less confident than your peers, not only are your bravery and confidence scores lower, but you're taking less brave action in your life. 76% of you took brave action in the month prior to this session, but 86% of you said you took brave action in the room, and we know that that is the thing that impacts those big increases. 30% increase in bravery, 28.6 increase in confidence in just 90 minutes. Now, we want to talk about your fear profile. Of the women in the room, 86% of you put down an emotional fear as your biggest fear. 10% put physical fear as their biggest fear, and 3% put a fear of mortality. And of those emotional fears, 12% of you said failure explicitly was your biggest fear. An additional 28% of you said that something in the neighborhood of failure was your biggest fear. And that means 40% of you would say failure or something in the neighborhood of failure is your biggest fear right now. I wanted to discuss this data because I know it's a lot to take in. You can replay this video. We want to say how grateful we are for your time last night. We are even more excited to see that it seems to have made an impact. We want to hear how this impact is in your life, like how you felt last night for sure, but how you are transferring this stuff in your life, where you're finding these exercises that are really helpful, where you're finding even the plug-in to the energy of last night makes you or helps you or empowers you to look at your fear square in the face and figure out how you're gonna be brave, how you're gonna take brave action. I am here, whatever you need, please let me know. Krista at More Brave, and I can't wait to see you guys in Raleigh. A plug, in case you really love this stuff and you love what we're doing, is we have included in here a coupon for The Chase, which is our 8-week online course that helps you figure out who you are, what you want, to map out how you're gonna chase after that thing you want, like a big brave goal we discussed last night, but really vet it. We're gonna give you guys $100 off if you join before March 1st. Thank you so much for your time, your energy, your bravery.